Hey, federal employees, it's Sean. We're 5 days out from a 43-day government shutdown. My DMs and the messages below are full of the same four emotions: relief, anger, confusion, and fear, plus some questions you are asking. So I wanted to give you a no BS status check and address some of your questions, where things really stand with your pay, your jobs, your benefits, and your thoughts. First, funding. The deal that ended the shutdown reopened government, but it did not solve anything long term. Most agencies are running on last year's level through January 30th, 2026. Agriculture, VA, and some military construction got full year money. So yes, you're open and paid again, but you're also on a 4-month leash with another potential cliff at the end of January. Also, we are hearing that pay is hitting unevenly. Agencies are legally required to pay furloughed and accepted employees, quote, at the earliest date possible, end quote, and OPM has told them they can run off-cycle payments. DoD civilians were told back pay would process Sunday with deposits Monday through midweek. IRS now says that the majority of staff should be made whole by November 19th after some very mixed messages. If you're past that window and you weren't AWOL or another non-pay status before the shutdown and your check still looks wrong, you might want to ask HR. And if you have one, your union. This is not something our firm handles. It's not cost effective, but we are trying to provide some information. I'm also hearing from accepted employees who worked the whole shutdown and are now being told the sick or annual leave they used during the lapse will stay charged as leave instead of furlough hours. All right, so you want to check into that. OPM's general rules that agencies shouldn't make you burn paid leave for time you would have been furloughed, right? So if you're being told you lost leave because of the shutdown, that's something to question and in some cases grieve or challenge. Jobs and severance are another hot spot. The new law freezes new RIFs until January 30th and orders agencies to rescind RIF actions taken during the shutdown and to restore employees to the status they had before October 1 with back pay. Now, how that plays out for probationary employees and people caught up in the reorgs is really fact specific, and that's where talking to a lawyer might matter. Separate from that, laid off employees whose severance was quietly frozen, HHS folks are a big example, should see those payments resume now that the funds are back. If you have questions about how the RIFs things affecting you, we are having, strategy sessions. You can schedule one with me. They're $350. To do that, go to fedlegalhelp.com/strategy. On the paycheck side, a lot of you are shocked by how much tax is coming out of your super check, right? That's usually a withholding issue, not the IRS punishing you. A big one-time payment makes it look like you earn more in that period, so the system withholds at a higher rate. In some occasions, that could be it. Also, they might be catching up some of the withholdings. So check into that. It can vary agency by agency. Your actual year-end tax liabilities based on your total income from the year, not just one check. So you can talk to a tax pro if you're worried, but don't assume the giant withholding number means all that money's gone forever. You might want to look into it and figure it out. I'm also hearing about retention incentives being canceled with warning, like for instance, I think 10% the FDA for epidemiologists. Unfortunately, many retention incentives are generally discretionary, so the answer is it depends. I wouldn't know. Last, your voice. OPM canceled this year's official FEVs. In its place, the Partnership for Public Service built the Public Service Viewpoint Survey, open roughly November 10th to December 19th. So I wanted to remind you about that. That's for permanent civilian feds across all three branches. It's short and anonymous. If you want to take it the easiest way to get there, go to fedlegalhelp.com/survey. That'll redirect you to their page from our page. Do it off duty, but do it. It's one of the structured ways for you to get reality into data this year. Of course, be cautious on what you say, as always. And I want to hear from you in close. Are you still waiting on back pay? Which agency are you with? Any other questions? Did you get your RIF or probationary termination reversed? Are you being told you didn't count? Are you in one of the NALC or other existing FEHB plans? And what did you do to switch for 2026? If you're an accepted employee, are they trying to make you eat leave you used during the shutdown? And what does the backlog in your office really look like? Are deadlines being extended just to make it work no matter what? Please let us know. Thank you, everybody, for your support. Take care and have a great day.